What you mean by different types of female orgasms?
Wait, okay, let me get this straight. Because I've been texting you too. Is this gonna get cut and split? Patreon, half.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put you out there.
Okay, because I feel so exposed right now. Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
I'm just seeing these notes and I'm like, okay, I just want to know more.
that we'll talk about because there's some research that I want us both to do,
Oh, okay,
like the
bad,
different
bad.
types of orgasms
Oh,
and
bad. So we're gonna talk about that in the next one.
statistics, like all that. So
Oh, bad. So we're gonna
yeah,
talk about that in the next one.
yeah. So stay tuned for that. That's gonna be a good one.
All right, street. Stay tuned. We got some. We
Stay
got some
tuned.
fire.
Some random fire.
Right.
Before we go though, what have you been listening to lately? Is there like what's the last song you listened to?
Um.
I know you just ran out to grab some food and stuff. So what was on in your
Oh, actually, Biggie.
Biggie? What song?
It was with the red and black lumberjack with the hat to match. Remember,
You know very well that. Yes.
we take it this far. Now I'm in the limelight. The rhyme tight. What's on that?
I know what you're talking about. What is
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Oh my god, I'm having a brain fart.
I know. I can't think of the name of it.
Biggie. I know what you're talking about. It was
That's
all a
is that one more
dream.
chance?
I used to read Word Up magazine.
Yeah, salt and pepper and Happy Deal with the
Juicy.
limousine. Juicy. Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, okay, okay.
I'm to New York.
Okay. All right, we're gonna put that on the playlist. As y'all
Yes, put that
know,
on the playlist.
we got
Obviously,
the Let
nothing
Us
from
Put
this
You
year.
On
Clearly,
playlist. Huh?
I said clearly something more music from the '90s.
Right. All right, we gotta add that to our playlist. I be jamming to that playlist.
Facts.
For me, a song that I haven't. What did I play today? I haven't played any music today, which is weird, but I'll just
Really?
talk about a song that I'm obsessed with. Like
Okay.
obsessed. Like I normally play this song 30 times a day. So once we're done here, I'm gonna go play it 30
Okay.
times. It's Cut Close I Like. I'm addicted to that song. They're a 90s group, a trio. They
Is
have an
it
app.
I like that song?
No, it's hold on. Hold on.
Okay.
This is one of my favorite songs, the beat, the lyrics. I love this group and they're so slept on, but it's this. You'll hear it. You'll hear it. It's gonna be on the playlist. You'll hear it. We're
Okay.
gonna bump
Okay.
into
Okay.
it.
I'm gonna check it
So
out.
Cut Close, I like. It is so sexy. And I'm gonna give a little second one off their album too called Giving You My Love Again. Oh, I love
Okay.
that song. So Streets, you know, give it a listen. Do you have a
Yes.
second one that you want to add as well for this week?
Um, I've been listening to like you remember last time you asked me. It's been Jodeci. Like it's been Jodeci. Oh,
Ooh.
I got one. Tyrese
Uh-huh.
lately.
Ooh.
Yes.
How that beat starts
Yes.
and and even how the song starts off,
Mm-hmm.
like the lyrics,
Ooh! Oh my god.
like it makes me want to cry. Like he legit said, "I can't imagine life without you by my side." But no, when he said, "What's my favorite part?" When he said, okay, things tend to slip my mind." Like how you
Yes.
like to wine and dine with
Yes.
romantic lights. You mean a lot to me in so many ways. Like just the whole vibe of it. Like we get busy sometimes, life be life in, but like, have I told you I loved you lately? Like,
Yes.
oh,
The
I love that
whole,
song.
just the yes, the whole. It puts me in a whole vibe
It
because it's
does, T.
like,
It does. It
like you
does.
said, life be life, and that.
Yeah, and you have your man just come back to you like, babe, like, have I told you I
Yes.
love you lately? Like,
Yes.
no, you
Have I told you
have.
you still mean the world
You
to me?
still mean the world to me. Like,
What?
even when I don't say I love you, even when we be doing this and that and the third, I love you.
Imagine just like being in a house, like I don't know, vacuuming or something, and he's like, "Hold on,
Mm-hmm.
like turn off the vacuum real quick," and just like
Yes.
out of nowhere, he's like, "Have I told you I love you lately?" Like what?
Right? Ugh.
Like just out of nowhere, just on some random shit. Have I told you you still mean the world to me?
Yep.
Tyrese,
girl. And we can do that for our men too. This is a whole nother topic, but I was gonna talk about how when you meet the right man, the man that deserves, how he just brings out a different element of you. Like, and like you think like, how can I make his day special? How can I spoil him? How can I? And you're gonna stop him and be like, babe, have I told you I love you? Like we gotta pour into our men too. And I mean, not the wrong man, because I used to hear people say stuff like this, and I would be like, what? Because again, meeting the men that don't deserve that. But when you meet a man that deserves that, it's human nature, second nature. Like, I think I already talked about this, but Cater to You. We'll add that. Like, that song, as a kid, to me, that song sounded crazy. I'm like, what? Like, they wanted to do all this stuff for me. And I was like, what? When that song came out, I could not relate. But let me tell you, as an adult woman, like when you actually meet a person that deserves, man, like you step into that type of energy. You be on that. And shout out to Michelle's part, because her part is the best part. Like she just went in. So yeah, we're gonna add that to the list too.
And you know what's crazy? When like it's so important what you're saying about when you meet the right one and doing it for the right one. Because I naturally like that with somebody that I like, and I was doing that too young. Like I was 18, 19 years old. Like, okay, I'm like folding drawers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there's something about like, and I remember hearing this lady talk about this when it comes to like submission. And you know, people in general having different mindsets about it and thinking that it means weakness. But there's something special. There's a special feeling you get when you do something for somebody. It doesn't even have to be a relationship, but when you do something for somebody else and they appreciate it.
Yes.
So like just the example I'm thinking about is like I love to cook, right? So like I love cooking for people. Like usually when it's just me, usually I don't even really cook like that. But because there's something special about me handing somebody a plate and they're just like they love it. Like, you know what I mean?
He can cook, like, y'all.
Oh, thank you.
When she was up here, we would have our little date. She would come over. We grab groceries, or she would bring groceries, make some homemade sangria, some bamboo, like, and it would be a whole vibe. Like, yeah, she
Thank you. I miss those days.
Yes.
But that's
I will be taking notes because you will be putting on like the fresh ingredients, and I'm like, oh, okay, like, you're doing your thing.
Listen, I be in my bag sometimes. Like my grandma, she be like, "You want to come cook that fancy food?"
Yeah, you definitely be having like different like recipes, different options. Like, oh, okay, I didn't even think of that. Like, so yeah.
Thank you so much. But that's my love. That's my love language. I feel like I got 500 different love languages.
Girl, we can have multiple because I do too.
Yeah. Cooking for people is definitely one. Like I hate cleaning. Don't ask me to clean up. Like I'm gonna clean up, but like I'm not doing that for you. I'm just doing it because it needs to be done.
Right.
But cooking, like that is, I put my whole foot into something and I give it to somebody. So what I'm saying is, especially if that's my man, like if I give him a plate and he looks at the plate like, oh my God, this thing looks amazing. Like I feel good about that. I feel satisfied. I feel like I did something.
Yeah.
And again, that's not weakness. Like some women or men will look at that as, oh, she's cooking for him. Like that's weak. Like there's a feeling about it that I guess if you can't relate, it's hard to explain.
Right. And when doing things like that for like the quote unquote wrong person, I feel like it will take out like some of that magic. Like if you're cooking for a man, you better have, like a man that don't appreciate it. I feel like it's like, what? Or you're having hit, like I seen something on like TikTok, I don't know, Instagram. And this lady was like, I like to set the tone for my man when he comes off work. She had like his PJs out. She had like nice classical music playing. Like she just has created a whole vibe. And I was like, that's me. Like, but the man that I'm talking about doing this for, he deserves it. He also pours into me. So it's not me just like, it feels right. If this doesn't sound right, it's because maybe that's just not you, or maybe you just haven't met that person that allowed you to step into that energy.
Right.
But and it, you know, whatever one it is. But for me, like, what, having a good man come home, even if I just got off work too, it doesn't mean that I'm all about just making his life easy, because he makes mine easy too. But I don't mind having his stuff set out. I'm talking about his his PJs or his lounge clothes, nice music playing, a cup of wine poured, food warms, or you know, cooking or warming or whatever, and just having a whole vibe set for him. Happens sometimes, because men have to be appreciated too. Like, and when it was a few years ago, I just had this thought come to me, and it was like, everything is not about like us. When you're in a situation, us meaning women, when you're in a situation and it's never about you, and you meet somebody who never pours into you, you can start to, you know, like, damn, like, you know, like, it's hard for you to like function in the other way. But when your needs are met, for me, it's easier to make sure I can go above and beyond for somebody else.
Yes.
We ping ponging and we good.
Yeah.
So I think that's a beautiful thing.
And I think it goes back to what we were talking about before, about how men or women, vice versa, want traditional but don't want to be that.
Right.
So there's a lot of men who say two things. One, they'll say, what we're talking about right now, those women don't exist. So we're talking about pouring into our men and wanting to cater for them and cook for them and set up an atmosphere for them. There's tons and tons and tons of men out there that are saying that we don't exist. You and I talking, you two people. Come on now. Come on, play the music. Play it. Listen to what Beyonce says.
Yes.
But life would be perfect without you. What?
When I ask you, challenge
you inspire. Hold on. Pause it. You didn't hear what she said. You inspired me to be better.
Challenge me to be better.
Listen, so there are people out there who want this type of treatment, but they feel like they don't have to do nothing to deserve it. Like, it has to, like you said, ping ponging. There has to be some type of
give
and take. Like, let's reciprocate. Like, it's not just you think I'm just wake up one day and just, you know, run your bath water and put rose petals in it, and you ain't do shit to deserve that.
Exactly.
Like, and I'm supposed to do, you want me to do that all the time. Like, you want me to do that tonight, tomorrow, the day after, and all you're doing is what? Like, going to work, coming home? Like, and it doesn't have to, and here's the number two. The number two is that they thinking it's financial. Like, I'm not saying that you have to pay my bills in order for me. I can pay my own bills. What she just said was not monetary. She said, you inspire me to be better.
Challenge me for the better.
Challenge me for the better. Like, that's not, she's not saying anything monetary. That's what he did for her. And so in return, she's rubbing his back and cooking him. Like, yes, like, this is what people don't understand. It's frustrating me now that I'm thinking about it. Like, you can't just get this type of treatment and be like, because you're not getting that treatment, saying that these women don't exist. It's not that they don't exist, it's that you're not playing your part.
To preach. Like, all that. Like, when she said, what you want to eat, boo? Let me feed you. Like, it be like that. It be like that. Like, you get in your bag like that when it's the right person. It's the right vibe.
You could be in the bed at 2:00 in the morning and be like, "Babe, I'm hungry.
What you want to eat, boo?
Listen, what you want to eat, boo? Like, I'm dead ass about that. Like, if you
girl,
could be you listen.
Girl, me too.
If you treat me how I'm supposed to be treating me, and you are hungry in the middle, I promise you, I'll get up in the middle of the night and make you a sandwich, or I might cook a whole fucking meal for if you.
Who you telling? You walk by, he's sitting there, and you could just tell he thirsty. You just grab him something to drink. Yes. Like, it's the little things, but guess what? It's reciprocated. Like, it's done to you as well. It's not just a one-sided thing. But I saw you was looking at this these shoes or this concert or whatever. Like, you know, it's give and take. So it's never like at a point where you're like, damn. Like, when you pour into people, like you said, whatever relationship it is, and you're getting poured into, it's just natural. It doesn't feel weird. Like, it's just, you know? So, yeah, we about that life over here.
Exactly. But the thing is, people are so hurt and so traumatized and so used. Like, people have been used and abused.
Yes.
And so they make themselves believe that these people don't exist, blocking their own blessings, or not allowing themselves to be available for these people to exist in their lives.
That part.
And it's not just men, like, it's women too.
It's women too.
Exactly. We both doing it.
Hell yeah.
But I can promise you that I know at least one other person that's like this, and will pour into their man if they're being poured into.
And it's not a fairy tale. It's just real life. Like, you doing these little things. It doesn't mean you're kissing his ass all night. But if you're doing these little things, and hey, y'all can have arguments. Like, it's real life happening, but it's just y'all pouring into each other too. Like, I think that is super important if that's the kind of relationship you're into. Some women like to just pour into the man. They don't really need him to. Maybe if he pays for everything. I don't know. Like, I think everybody has like different ideals of like what will suffice for them. For me, in my household, I am more about like the give and take, whatever that means. We both want to see each other happy. We both want to inspire each other. We both want to see each other win. I love a man that is like all about like making me happy, because I'll make you happy too. Like, if I see like I'm a priority, and like if I need something, like I can go, like, not even just financial, but just everything, like that shit right there. You about to get next level. Like, me on level 1 is like boom, but like I gotta bring another song. I don't know if it's on the playlist, but it's about to be on there. It's probably already on there. But it's a song, All This Love, like is by DeBarge, and like I mean, y'all gonna listen to it on the playlist, but like that's how I be feeling. Like, I have so much love inside of me, and they say that in the song, like there's so much love inside me, and to give it to that right person, it's gonna be a beautiful thing. So I'm gonna keep y'all posted, streets. Y'all gonna know. Y'all gonna know.
I heard that. I heard that. Listen, the more when you start seeing me post more food pictures, you gotta know what's up.
I'll be like, who on the other side of that table?
Exactly.
I'll be looking.
For real. But I just challenge people. Like, I challenge people to not be so rigid in their mindsets, and think that everybody is this type of way, or men are this type of way, or women are this type of way. Regardless of whatever you've been through or how many situations you've been through, we have to take those as learning lessons, and it can't just be a solid nope, this is why this happened. But no, it has to be, like, take what you can from it for yourself. Don't think about the other person. Think about what you could have done better in that situation, and period. Like, every person is not that person. But there's something that you can take and grow within yourself from that situation. But it doesn't mean that everybody is like that, or that, you might meet another person that's exactly like that. And there's a reason for that. There may be something that you didn't take from the first situation.
It's the risk that you take, to bring it back to what we were talking about, like with the dating. Like, it's a risk. It's a financial risk. It's an emotional risk. Like, dating is risky. And also, I challenge people to actively date when you're emotionally ready. Like if you don't get me wrong, we've all got out of a relationship and then hopped into the next one, or like just to kind of numb some feelings or whatever the reason was. The infamous saying, how to get over one man is to get under the next, whatever the saying goes. But we've done that. But I think when you like, quote unquote, heal, because healing is, it's an ongoing thing. It's a lifetime thing. It's not, I'm healed, and then you just skip off. Like, but when you feel like you're healed enough to interact with someone else romantically, I think that's a good thing too. When you're like, you know what, I'm ready, and then you step into it, because you deserve to like give yourself like the best chance possible. Like, when you date and you're hurt and you just going through shit, like, I think it's tough, because there's just so much going on, and people have found the one and been in that way. So I mean, to each their own. But for me, like, I've done both. I've dated like right after something, and it worked. Like
Mm-hmm.
it worked for that moment, and then I've taken time, and I
Mm-hmm.
took a step back and evaluated things. And when I did date, it was easier that way. I have to admit, because I was able to like see more clear.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
So,
I agree with that for sure.
woo.
I just know that I was just thinking that I was thinking back on our I believe it was dating or approach episode, and we were talking about like the things that we look for in a man, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think even from that episode, it's changed for me. And I
Mm.
was saying in that episode how it's changed from my 20s,
Right.
and that was just 2 or 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so like number one on my list now is emotional availability.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
that's one on my list. And it would
Mm-hmm.
be like, and I know it's a thing right now. Like you look on social media, there's all these men talking about how, and they're not wrong, how that hasn't been a thing that they've been taught.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and in my opinion, they haven't had to in years previous because that's not what they had to bring to the table.
Mm.
Because women were reliant on men.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't have to show any other qualities besides being a provider.
Mm.
So now that women are able to provide for themselves, now women are like, okay, well, what else do you bring to the table?
Right.
So
Right.
now it's hard for men to have to keep up with, oh shoot, I actually have to be a person. Like I have to like
Mm-hmm.
have qualities, and not to say that there weren't men back then that didn't have good personalities, but I'm saying
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't the top um asset that a woman was looking for.
Mm.
Number one was, can he provide? I need a house
Yep.
to live in.
Yep.
Now we can do it ourselves. So number one is, for depending on who the woman is is
Mm-hmm.
character, like who he is as a person, or blah blah blah. Um, but yeah, so I feel like with every generation as years pass on, just like
Mm-hmm.
people have to grow in different ways to keep up. And I think right now it's like men are under the chopping block for having to build their emotional intelligence
Mm-hmm.
because they just haven't had to in previous years. And so for me, that's number one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that has definitely changed. It's something I don't even think I mentioned before. But I'm definitely number one looking for somebody who is not just emotionally intelligent and emotionally available, but somebody I can connect with emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That's
like,
that's major.
yeah, I need that.
It's on its way to you.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not, it's not. But I need that. I need me a emotionally available brat tamer.
Ooh, brat tamer.
Now, I'm telling you right now, Ren, if I get me an emotional available brat tamer, you're going to see dinner pics all every day on
Wait,
Instagram.
can we? I know this is gonna get split up, but can we title one of them "Emotional Available Brat Tamer"? If I saw that, I would just be like, "What?
What?
The fuck?"
All right, let me write that down. Emotionally available brat
Brat
tamer.
tamer.
That is a title. Well, shoot, help talk about manifesting. We making that a whole episode.
Uh-huh. Oh.
All
Well,
right, streets. We definitely want to send out that questionnaire. Let us know
yeah.
what type of BDSM term applies to you.
Lord.
Um, I want to send a big shout out to our elite street members on Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for sticking with us.
Yes.
Hopefully, you've been enjoying the early releases and the exclusive content on there.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are not an Elite Streets member, make sure you join today.
Today.
Yeah, for only $2.99, you can
Yeah.
get, like I said, you can get some exclusive content. You get early releases to the episodes that we're dropping before everybody
Mm-hmm.
else. So we're on Patreon, the Chapter 30 podcast, and we're everywhere else you can find us, either the Chapter 30 pod or Chapter 30 podcast. But right now, we put Patreon on the block. We also
Yep.
have our we have our Cash App, which is the Chapter 30 pod, right?
Yeah, so bless it. We had someone bless us.
We did.
Shout out to her. Oh my God, what's her name? She has a podcast too.
Her podcast is called Mute Me Please.
Shout out to Mute Me Please.
Yes. Go follow her on Instagram.
Yes.
But the podcast community is something else. So we really appreciate you guys. And we thank you, the streets. And special thank you to the Elite Streets members.
Yes. And shout out to our YouTube. Shout out to everybody that subscribed. We appreciate you guys too. I know it can kind of, I don't know if it can kind of be like, damn, we're hearing people plug themselves all the time, but you know, we got to, because if we don't, who will? And I do want to shout out our giveaway that we did, top of the year. Did we talk about it here?
We can do it again, I think.
But we had a giveaway, so look out for more giveaways coming. If there's something you guys want us to incorporate with those giveaways or anything else, as usual, feel free to let us know. But yeah, we did have that New Year's giveaway. We may have talked about it. I don't remember. But yeah. shout out to the giveaway.
Yeah, we've been working on a lot of streets. So
it's so much to keep you guys up to date with.
And I just want y'all to know, streets, that this is just the beginning. Like, I know we did a little hiatus, but we needed that time to live life and come back and bring it back to you guys. But we have so much in store for 23. Like, I know it's getting redundant already. This only the 15th, but it's dead ass. We taking this Jordan year serious. Like, we have. This is just the beginning. We're already. It's only early January. We've already had 2 guests for you guys. We still have more in the works. We have some more
coming up.
We have some more stuff that we've been talking about. So this is just beginning. We're taking in with the stuff that you guys are saying. We're taking your feedback and applying it. So we serious about it this year, streets. We've been serious about it, but we on it.
We are. And we couldn't do any of this without you guys. I mean, well, we could, but it's more fun with you. So thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. Peace.
Peace.